That Time It Got Reincarnated as Slime has a season 2, and we are getting 2 cours. The first core just finished. We will get the second core in summer, and in between that, we will be getting the Slime Diaries, which I've heard someone in the YouTube comments told me that it's not canon. I don't know. I've never read the light novel. I haven't read the manga. I've just seen the anime, which you can find on Crunchyroll. And the Slime Diaries, I believe we are also getting on Crunchyroll. Anyway, so the first season is like a lot of world building and getting to know characters and kind of remove like getting his allies and stuff. And then the second season is where shit hits the fan. And to summarize, basically this show is, I don't know why you would be watching this review if you hadn't watched the show, let alone the first season. But just to recap to some degree, he's like 30 something, I think. Our character Rimuru gets stabbed in his world, our modern Japan, and then he dies, gets reincarnated as a slime. The first creature he meets is Veldora. Veldora names him Rimuru, and Rimuru kind of comes up with a family name for both of them, which is Tempest. So he's Rimuru Tempest, and Veldora is now Veldora Tempest. And Veldora was trapped in a prison, like a skill type prison type thing, by the hero, and Rimuru decides to get him out at the first season. That's like the first episode, and then that's by the second episode he's already out of the cave. And Veldora is like inside him. He came up with the idea that while you break, while I like eat you with my predator skill, Rimuru can like eat things. Like one, he could just like eat it, like dissolve it, or he could kind of like keep it in like a separate chamber, like kind of like a stomach, second stomach type of thing. That's where Veldora and Ifrit are. And it's basically, yeah, so he's still in the stomach, but by the end of the show, he has completed his analysis of the imprisonment, and Veldora is like, in the last minute, we see he kind of makes it like a body double for Veldora to go inside of. So Veldora is free by the end of it. I was not expecting us to get Diablo in the first core. I knew about him. That he was like a very high-ranking demon or something, and that he's kind of obsessed with Rimuru and kind of becomes his butler, I think. At least any of the pictures I saw, it looked like he was like a butler. Like I was getting fucking Sebastian vibes, but if Sebastian was obsessed with CL. I never finished Black Butler. Okay, I thought like the first season, I remember watching fucking Elise being creepy. I have not seen Book of Circus. I know of it, I have not seen it, and I don't know if I ever will, because like I kind of like the idea of Black Butler, but at the same time, other than CL, there's no one I particularly liked in that show, so I'm just gonna Anyway, so yeah, it's basically Rimuru kind of as a slime and just doing things, like just he leaves the cave, immediately encounters the goblins. And because he has Veldora inside him, which, oh god, that sounds so wrong. He's kind of like giving off a presence. So of course that creeps me out, and they ask him for his help, because apparently now that Veldora is gone, I'm still explaining the first season by the way, is kind of like he was what was keeping all the monsters in check and shit. So now they're fighting amongst themselves because Big Baddie's gone. And of course, because they're fighting, the humans are like, oh, fuck, now he's gone. Well, one, where the fuck did he go? And two, like, are we going to have to worry about monsters now? And basically, he encounters them, kind of becomes patrons to them, and then he saves them from the direwolves, and the direwolves become friends with all of them, and it's just kind of Rimuru doing shit and just being friends with everybody. And then the second season is essentially, we get a few episodes of him kind of still doing that kind of thing, where he ends up kind of starting, like officially getting a treaty with the dwarves and Dwargon and King Gazel. And then we're starting to get a little bit of talks between, like Milliam, the Demon Lord's already joined them. And then we get Carrion. And because Karen's, one of his subordinates caused trouble, he's like, well, what do you want, Rimuru? And he's like, like, let's just have an agreement to, like, not fuck with each other. So, like, let's have diplomatic relations. And he's like, okay. And so that's kind of them kind of, like, talking about it. Like, they send an envoy to both sides. Like, Rimuru sends his, which is, like, Benimaru, and I don't know who else. No, Benimaru and Rigger, I think. Rigger, not Rigger, sorry. Rigger, and then they send over some people, too. And, you know, they kind of work things out. And then Rimuru goes to visit Gazel, who is the king of Dorgon. And we kind of get our first teasing of that they like kind of Gazel kind of drops that he doesn't like the king of Falmouth because he's very greedy. And of course, we finally get these fuckers. Falmouth is a piece of trash. The religious head dude over there is a piece of fucking trash. The head of the knight is a piece of fucking trash. Basically, these are the people you want to see get knifed. And they decide to send some other worlders, kind of like Rimuru, who are clearly from the same country as him, Japan. And they kind of get there and start up trouble. What they did is one of these chicks kind of pretends that, like, oh, this goblin copped a feel. Like, obviously, no, he didn't. And, like, Gobdus kind of saves him, where he's like, one, I believe you didn't do this, dude, but also I fucking know you like Shuna. Like, we all know you like, everyone fucking knows you like Shuna, dude. And they kind of, like, instead of the humans who were kind of, like, in the town at the time, like, freaking out, they all, like, all of them start laughing. And, of course, that pisses the other worlders off, and basically what they were going to do is cause trouble and do, like, the whole, oh, monsters are evil, they hurt us! And then, like, the knights show up, like, we'll save you! That's what the bullshit they do. They destroy Tempest, which is the nation that Rimuru has created. And there are some deaths. Spoiler. One of them is one of our girls, who is Shion, who is Rimuru's bodyguard / secretary. I don't know why the fuck he needs a bodyguard. I really don't. But, so she and, like, a couple of goblins die. I don't know how many die. I really don't. Like, you kind of just see them in the courtyard. You don't really get, like, a number. And Rimuru decides he wants to bring them back, and in order to do that, he has to gather... Or he has to, like, he wants to find a way to revive them, and then we get... If you've seen the first season, do you remember that 3 party that Shizue traveled with? What was it? Aaron... I can't remember the other 2's names, I'm sorry. But they're 2 guys, and, well, it turns out this girl is actually a princess, and the other 2 are kind of her bodyguards, and she's not human. I don't know what she is, but kind of this old civilization she has to have gone around for whatever fucking reason. She tells them that there's this fairy tale about, you know, there's a human and a dragon had a baby, and then this, the father, I guess who's the dragon, decided to create a copy of himself as, like, a little sibling for her, and then, of course, with humans being greedy fuckers, want to take control of the dragon princess and end up killing it, and in her rage she kind of loses it, destroys the fucking nation, turns into a demon lord, and for whatever reason that seems to have brought back her little dragon sibling, but while it did reanimate, there was no soul, so it just turned into a monster and goes on a rampage, and she has to like seal it away. And clearly from the drawing, though they don't, like, outright say, hey, it's like, it's pretty much, I'm pretty fucking sure they're talking about Milliam, who's kind of like the first demon lord we really meet. She is the pink-haired twin tails that's kind of very childish, and I don't know what the fuck she's wearing. But, where she wants to be, she's Rimuru's bestie. And, yeah. So, Rimuru gets a message from Soa that, hey, 20,000 troops are coming for us, and he's just like, oh, my first thought, which was pretty much, I think was audible, was, oh, yay, dinner time, bitch. Like... Yes, I wanted to hurt these fuckers. I love this story, and they're my babies, and fuck you, Falmouth, and your shitty-ass church, and your shitty-ass king, and your shitty-ass otherworlders. Fuck you all. I thought, okay, maybe they'll make me feel bad for these. Nope. I didn't feel bad for one of these fuckers. You got everything coming to you. So, of course, they have a strike force. So you have, like, Benimaru takes care of one section himself, and Soe and, like, the lizard men that train under him, I can't remember all their names, one of them is Soka, who's Gabiru's brother, if you don't know who the fuck Gabiru is. He is the cringy son of the Lizardman King. The one just, like, you know he's a good boy, but at the same time, he's a fucking idiot. Like, he's like Gobda in the sense that you're comic relief, but we love you still. By the way, Gobda and Gabiru are kind of awesome when they need to be, but like for the most part, they're just comic relief. But I like how they're not treated solely as comic relief, because a lot of times that's just what those characters are. They never really fleshed out. They're just like this dumbass to laugh at and like roll your eyes at. And oh my god, the first time Gabiru showed up to like do the was it because the Orc Lord, and so they were going around to his dad had sent him to go to the Goblin villages so they could all band together to fight off the Orc Lord. Oh god, it's so fucking cringy the way he kind of like comes in. He goes in like the most dramatic way possible, and it hurts to watch. And it's so fucking like just so stupid, so cringy. You're just like, oh god, like I feel it. Like someone punched me here. No, it's so cringy. But yeah. So or was I? Yeah. So he needs to get it's estimated probably 10,000 souls to, evolve into a demon lord, and then hopefully I'll give him like a 3 point something chance to revive them. Spoiler, he does. By the end of the show, he does revive them. And we also get, who is teased, Diablo. I was not expecting to get Diablo the first core. I thought we were going to get teased of him and Veladora. I did not realize we would get both of them in the first core. We get like a little bit. Granted, they're not on screen very much, and like literally, it's only like a minute or so that Veldora's on screen. But in the last episode that just came out today, but yeah, and then by the end, the big conflict isn't so much Falmouth. It was Falmouth that we had this kind of a conflict in this one, and then clearly next they leave off that Milliam and Carrion were fighting. Carrion is. Well, they say, it's like him I'm sorry. Basically, what it looks like they're saying is Milliam and the demon. So Milliam's the demon lord, and then the other demon lord, Freya, are under control by Clayman, and they both just teamed up to get Carrion. So they think he's dead. The rumor was pretty much like, no, I think he's alive. And so it's leaving off on kind of like how to rebuild Tempest, because Tempest has, luckily they've all, the people from Carrion's domain, who's a demon lord, have all evacuated into Tempest. So now he needs to take care of them. He has to finish up with the Falmouth thing. He's setting up for one of our dudes that serves him, like, who's like the champion, where he lied and he was like, hey, can you pretend to be the champion that defeated the Orc Lord so that, people don't freak the fuck out? And it would be better for them to believe that we're the friendly monsters that helped you rather than I was the monster that defeated this big monster. Which I don't like calling him that, because Geld was kind of cool. Geld was the Orc disaster, the Orc Lord. It's kind of an artificial demon lord that all the demon lords kind of just felt like fucking creating. I think it was the other ones who were just kind of bored and maybe decided to do it, where it felt like Clayman very obviously wanted more. Like, I never trusted him for the first time he was on stream. Like, this fucker's just gonna trick everyone and be greedy motherfucker. That's what it looks like. And, yeah. So, we're gonna leave off, where it looks like the biggest bad thing in the next core is gonna be Clayman. And how to fucking deal with him. And what the fuck he deal with Milliam and Freya, and is Carrion really alive. So, I liked both seasons. I can't wait for the second core. We are getting the Slime Diaries, which I guess is supposed to be kind of like those like one-shot little bonus adventure things you get like manga. I don't know if it's true, but the person I was talking to in the comments I was watching a clip of that I've watched a million times of the fucking Birth of the Demon Lord episode. That's the title. Birth of the Demon Lord, episode 35. And they said that I think it's not canon. They're kind of like little daily adventure type things, and that they said that they didn't think, or they heard something. I can't fucking remember. I actually have to go and look. That it was like someone else wrote it, like maybe it wasn't the same author, and also that the art style is going to be different because it's going to be closer to the art style that the manga is made in. So you're going to see a different art style, and it's basically just going to be like the more cutesy things going on rather than like the big bad plot things. Anyway, I can't wait for both. I want the Dildor. I missed my Tsundere Dragon. Okay, like that was not the cutest fucking introduction for them both. Just Rimuru freaking the fuck out because, oh god, it's a dragon, and Veldora's like if you thought Veldor was cool, you have to see, like, I haven't seen all the OVAs, like I think I'm missing 1 or 2 OVAs. I think I'm missing 3. Any of the ones where like Rimuru is doing the schooling thing, and Diablo appears in one of them. I have not seen that. I have seen the mask one where you first see Diablo, and then Veldora's journal, and then the sumo one, and then something with the monster in the lake. Those are the ones I've seen, so I'm missing like 3 that I haven't seen. And they're not in Crunchyroll. I don't know where they are. I hope they add them one day. But, yeah, I fucking love this show. As you can clearly tell by how animated I am and just my facial features, I love it. Rimuru is my favorite character, though I love them all. And, like, I loved Veldora. I thought he was a little cutie, and I loved his little side episode where him and Ifri are playing chess. And it looks like they know what's going on. Like, they've been watching Rimuru from the inside, so they know what's going on. And Veldora seems to be looking into Rimuru's memories, is what I heard, and that he's kind of, like, becoming a little bit more otaku. I don't know how much. I've heard somewhere, like, I saw some fucking snippet somewhere. I talk real good. Anyway, get number by the day. But you really should check it out. But yeah, it's basically him and Ifri kind of talking, and you can see a little bit more of Veldora's personality. And he's a sweetie. He's a Tsundere Dragon. I love him. He's adorable. He's an adorable boy. And I can't wait for him. And I kind of thought his humanoid form's kind of badass looking. And yes, I am happy. The most likes I ever got in a comment, I was like, can someone please get the Slime hair care commercial? Because, like, Jesus Christ, his hair got so much more volume and it's longer. What the fuck? And, yeah, so apparently he has actually had his hair growing out. And another person pointed out in the comments says, yeah, that's actually, like, the biggest noticeable change we've seen other than this was, like, after he fought Geld, the, Demon Lord Geld, or Disaster. And I was like, oh, really? I actually didn't really notice. I wasn't really like it. Just his hair's so like Rimuru was always kind of pretty, but like he's so pretty. Anyway, like yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I said that like how many times now? Anyway, bye.